Welcome to Eerie Shadows, the chilling haven where nightmares become reality. Get ready to bundle up and brace yourselves, because today we're diving headfirst into a chilling world of true winter storm horror stories. From freezing temperatures to relentless blizzards, these tales will send shivers down your spine and make you appreciate the warmth of your cozy homes. So, grab a cup of hot cocoa, settle in by the fire, and prepare to be captivated by those bone-chilling tales. But before we delve into this terrifying realm, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any single bone-chilling episode of horror, suspense, and the unknown. But remember, once you enter the world of Eerie Shadows, there's no coming back. So, let's get started. In the fall of 2015, during my winter break from college, I found myself alone in our rural home in upstate New York. Accustomed to the cold, I embraced the quiet night, engrossed in Netflix on the couch. The crackling fireplace provided a cozy ambience, and the distant howling wind added to the wintry atmosphere. Little did I know that the tranquility of the evening would soon be disrupted in a way that would send chills down my spine. As I settled into the couch, completely engrossed in the show, the room was suddenly bathed in darkness. A power outage had plunged the house into an eerie blackness. Surprised by the sudden change, I fumbled for my phone, using its faint glow to navigate through the darkness. With nothing to do and no immediate solution to the power outage, I decided to close my eyes and wait for my parents to return. After what felt like a mere few minutes, I abruptly woke up, jolted from my sleep by an overwhelming sense of unease. The room felt different, as if the air had thickened with an unexplainable tension. My heart raced as I realized I was not alone. Struggling to see in the darkness, my eyes strained to make out the shapes around me. And there, standing beside the couch, was a tall silhouette. As if by some miraculous intervention, the power suddenly returned, illuminating the room with a flickering light. I found myself face to face with a man in his mid-30s, tall and lanky, wearing torn clothes stained with blood. Shock coursed through my veins as I confronted him, demanding to know why he was inside my house. He explained, his voice trembling, that he had been in a car accident nearby and sought help. His disheveled appearance and the blood on his clothes seemed to support his claim. However, the fear and uncertainty that gripped me made it difficult to fully trust his words. I knew I had to take action to ensure my safety. With my hands trembling, I dialed the emergency number, explaining the situation to the operator. The police were dispatched, but due to the extreme weather conditions, their response time was delayed. In those agonizing moments, I felt a sense of helplessness, unsure of what this intruder's intentions were and how to protect myself. As the intruder roamed the living room, I pleaded with him to stop searching through cabinets and doors. My voice quivered with a mixture of fear and desperation, hoping that he would listen to reason. But he seemed oblivious to my pleas, driven by a sense of urgency that clouded his judgment. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the distant sound of sirens pierced the air. The police had arrived, their flashing lights casting an otherworldly glow through the windows. They swiftly detained the intruder, confirming his story about the car accident and explaining that he was in a state of shock. Despite my initial fear and suspicion, a sense of empathy washed over me as I realized the gravity of his situation. My parents, upon learning of the circumstances, chose not to press charges. The intruder was provided with the medical assistance he needed, and steps were taken to ensure his safety and well-being. However, even though the incident was resolved without further harm, the memory of that peculiar night in my home's 9-year history remains etched in my mind. Questions continue to linger, particularly regarding how the intruder had managed to enter our securely locked house. The incident prompted us to reevaluate our home security measures and take additional precautions to prevent similar situations from occurring in the future. In the years that followed, life moved on and I continued my studies, but the memory of that night still sends shivers down my spine. It serves as a chilling reminder that sometimes the safety and security we take for granted can be shattered in an instant. It awakened within me a heightened sense of vigilance and a deeper appreciation for personal safety. While the incident left me with unanswered questions and a lingering unease, it also served as a catalyst for personal growth. It taught me the importance of trusting my instincts, taking swift action in uncertain situations, and extending compassion to those in need, even when fear is present. As time goes on, the memory of that night will fade, but the lessons learned will endure. They will serve as a reminder to remain vigilant, to prioritize personal safety, and to be prepared for the unexpected. The chilling encounter in my rural home will forever be a part of my story, reminding me of the fragility of our sense of security and the resilience that lies within us. In the winter months of 2014, my family underwent a significant move, requiring a 9-hour drive to our new house. Tasked with getting our car to the new location, I, a new driver at the time, was accompanied by my dad, while my mom and sisters opted to fly. Little did I know, this journey would become a nerve-wracking experience. The plan was set. My dad and I would drive through the winter landscape, aiming to reach the new house around midnight. However, anxiety crept in as the blizzard intensified, creating treacherous driving conditions. Concerned about navigating the snowy roads, I voiced my worries, but my dad reassured me, downplaying the severity of the situation. Around 8 p.m., our fears materialized as the blizzard hit us with full force. The driving conditions became far more extreme than anticipated. Despite my inexperience and the escalating weather, my dad, for reasons unknown, never suggested taking over the wheel. As we pressed on, my worst nightmare unfolded while I lost control of the car, sending us sliding off the road toward a line of trees. While I managed to avoid a head-on collision, we grazed a tree, causing a slight scratch on the back passenger side door. Relieved, I suppressed a laugh at our miraculous escape. However, the relief was short-lived. A vehicle approached with blinding high beams, honking insistently as it pulled up next to us. Expecting assistance, we were met with an unsettling surprise. The driver engaged in awkward small talk, completely ignoring our predicament. Frustrated, my dad asked what he needed. The stranger claimed we dropped something a mile back, insisting it was in his back seat. Skeptical, I questioned my dad, who, before responding, was abruptly cut off by the man's insistence. Sensing something was off, my dad firmly stated we hadn't lost anything and urged me to get back in the car. As I hesitated at the stranger's backseat door, my dad yelled at me, a departure from his usual demeanor. Back in the car, we drove off without another word. The driver's disturbing and angry expression lingered as we passed him. A few miles down the road, my dad apologized for his unusual outburst, explaining he saw the silhouettes of 2 men waiting on the other side of the door as I approached. His instincts kicked in, fearing that opening the door might lead to an attack, kidnapping, or worse. While we cannot confirm the stranger's intentions, this experience left an indelible mark, teaching me early on that not everyone has benign intentions. Reflecting on this ordeal, even years later, still sends shivers down my spine. This incident serves as a reminder of the importance of trust and vigilance, especially in unfamiliar or potentially dangerous situations. It's crucial to listen to our instincts and exercise caution, even when faced with seemingly innocent encounters. My dad's swift reaction and protective instincts likely prevented a potential threat, highlighting the significance of being aware of our surroundings and responding promptly to any warning signs. In the aftermath of this event, I developed a heightened sense of awareness and a deeper appreciation for personal safety. It made me more cautious and alert in unfamiliar environments or when encountering strangers. While it's essential not to live in constant fear, this experience underscored the need to remain vigilant and take precautions to ensure our well-being. Moreover, this incident emphasized the importance of communication and trust within a family. My dad's willingness to apologize for his uncharacteristic outburst and explain his concerns helped strengthen our bond and fostered an open dialogue about personal safety. It served as a valuable lesson about the significance of honest conversations and looking out for one another's well-being. Overall, while this experience was undoubtedly unsettling, it provided valuable lessons that have shaped my perspective on personal safety and navigating potentially dangerous situations. It serves as a constant reminder to trust my instincts, communicate openly with loved ones, and prioritize caution and vigilance in unfamiliar or potentially threatening circumstances. At 26 years old, faced with the responsibility of managing multiple properties due to his father's blindness, a young man found himself entangled in a chilling winter storm incident that would forever change the dynamics of his family. Living in a house previously occupied by his family, the man's sister, Katie, and his blind father, he received an uneasy voicemail after multiple failed attempts to reach his father during a snowstorm. Concern rippled through him as he listened to his father's voice, strained and anxious, urging him to come to his condo as soon as possible. Without hesitation, he bundled up in warm clothing, braving the biting cold and relentless snowfall. The wind howled around him as he made his way through the treacherous conditions, fueled by a mix of worry and determination to ensure his father's safety. Upon arriving at his father's condo complex, he noticed footprints in the snow, indicating his father's recent return. Relieved yet puzzled, he followed the tracks, hoping to find his father safe and sound. To his dismay, he discovered that the front door was unlocked, a habit his father often forgot to change despite warnings about potential security risks. Unease settled in his chest as he cautiously entered the condo. The air was heavy with silence and an eerie stillness. Inside, he encountered an unexpected sight: melted snow tracks leading to his father's room. His heart pounded in his chest as he called out, but there was no response. After a series of unanswered calls, he made a chilling discovery: the bathroom door was closed, a departure from his father's usual practice of leaving doors open for navigation. Panic surged through him as he imagined the worst-case scenarios, his mind racing with thoughts of his father's vulnerability and potential danger. Acting swiftly, he dialed emergency services and relayed the situation. With each passing second, the weight of the situation bore down on him, amplifying his anxiety. He anxiously awaited their arrival at the entrance of the condo, his mind consumed with worry and a sense of urgency. The police responded promptly to the distress call, understanding the gravity of the situation. Together, they entered the condo, their footsteps muffled by the thick carpeting. The tension in the air was palpable as they cautiously made their way through the rooms, their eyes scanning for any signs of intrusion or danger. And then, in the dimly lit room, they found him, an intruder sitting on the bed with his hands raised in surrender. The relief mingled with anger as the young man realized the true nature of the situation. The intruder, a resident of a few units away, had been monitoring his blind father, exploiting his vulnerability and plotting a break-in. The intruder's arrest brought a semblance of justice to the family, ensuring their safety and removing a threat that had loomed menacingly over their lives. The man's father, though initially reluctant to press charges, understood the importance of holding the intruder accountable for his actions. The intruder was ultimately charged with third-degree burglary, a crime that would not only protect the family but also serve as a warning to others who might seek to exploit the vulnerabilities of the blind and defenseless. The unsettling incident unfolded against the backdrop of a relentless winter storm. The combination of the chilling weather and the intrusion into the family's sanctuary left a lasting impact on their sense of security. The once familiar surroundings now carry an undercurrent of fear, a nagging reminder that danger could lurk even within the confines of their own homes. In the aftermath of the incident, the family took significant steps to fortify their security measures. They installed robust locks, reinforced doors and windows, and implemented a comprehensive security system that included surveillance cameras and alarms. These measures were aimed at creating a safer environment for their father, ensuring that he could live with a greater sense of peace and protection. Emotionally, the incident had a profound effect on the family. It shattered their sense of invulnerability and exposed the harsh realities of the world. The young man, burdened with the weight of responsibility, grappled with a mix of guilt and determination. He vowed to be even more vigilant, not only in protecting his family but also in raising awareness about the vulnerabilities faced by the visually impaired and the need for greater societal support. The incident also served as a catalyst for change within the community. The young man, together with his sister, became advocates for increased security measures and resources for the visually impaired. They collaborated with local organizations, lobbied for stricter laws, and organized awareness campaigns to shed light on the issues faced by the blind and visually impaired population. Their efforts aimed to create a safer and more inclusive society where everyone could feel secure in their homes and communities. As time passed, the family gradually regained a sense of security, although the scars left by the incident would always remain. They learned to live with heightened caution, knowing that the world could sometimes be a dangerous place. Yet, they also held on to hope, cherishing the moments of respite and the strength they found in each other during the darkest times. The incident became a turning point in their lives, a reminder of the importance of vigilance, resilience, and the bonds of family. The young man's father, despite the trauma he endured, remained resilient. He refused to let fear define his life, continuing to navigate the world with courage and determination. He became an inspiration to others, demonstrating that even in the face of adversity, one could find the inner strength to persevere. The family's story resonated with many, serving as a cautionary tale and a call to action. Their advocacy work gained momentum, leading to improved security protocols in residential areas and increased support for the visually impaired community. Government officials took notice, implementing measures to address the vulnerabilities faced by the blind and visually impaired, such as accessible emergency services and enhanced educational programs. Through their shared experience, the family discovered a newfound purpose. They became beacons of hope for others who had gone through similar ordeals, offering support, guidance, and a listening ear. They turned their pain into a catalyst for positive change and became ambassadors for creating a safer, more inclusive society. In the years that followed, the family's bond grew stronger. They cherished every moment together, realizing the fragility of life and the importance of appreciating the ones we love. They celebrated milestones, overcame challenges, and built a resilient foundation that would carry them through future trials. The chilling winter storm incident remained etched in their collective memory, a chapter in their lives that shaped them in profound ways. It taught them the value of preparedness, the resilience of the human spirit, and the power of unity in the face of adversity. And as they looked back on their journey, they were grateful for the lessons learned and the strength they gained from weathering the storm together.